Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sakura. This time, I found a cute autumn-inspired design on Instagram, so I'll show you how to recreate it based on that. Due to construction work at home, I couldn't record ASMR for this video. I edited the video using lo-fi music and AI narration. How do you like this style of editing instead of ASMR? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. It's been a week since I applied GELX. The roots have started to grow out, so I'm going to add more base gel. Since I applied GELX this time without using peel-off gel, it can only be removed by filing with a machine or using acetone. If you'd like to know an easier application method with peel-off gel, I've introduced it in a previous video, so please check it out. First, I'll push back the cuticles with a pusher and smooth out the root growth with a nail machine. This time I'm using a medium bit, but beginners might feel more comfortable using a fine bit. This step smooths out any lifted areas near the cuticle and makes the surface even, which makes applying the gel easier. When filing off with a machine, I strongly recommend using a dust collector to keep dust from spreading in the room. Be sure to wear a mask and ensure adequate ventilation. When filing with a machine, never apply pressure, as it may dig into the nail or cause heat buildup. If you want to file faster, try switching to a different bit rather than applying pressure. Are there any of you who use a machine for self-nail care? If there's interest, I'd love to make a detailed video on how to use the machine. The surface has been smoothed out nicely. Next, attach the bit for cuticles and carefully remove the loose cuticles. This bit is made for cuticles, and it's gentle, so it won't hurt even if it touches the skin. I will file the loose cuticles that are attached to the nail under the cuticle. To do this, it's essential to push up the cuticle with a pusher. Removing the loose cuticle properly helps prevent gel lifting and makes gel nails last longer. If you don't have a machine, using a cuticle remover is very simple. I've introduced how to use it in previous videos, so check them out if you're interested. Once cleanly removed, turn off the dust collector. In this way, there's no more gel lifting, and the area around the cuticles is also clean. Look at all the dust that has accumulated. I'll dispose of this all at once. Depending on your dust collector, leaving dust in it may reduce suction, so be sure to dispose of it regularly. Next, use a sponge buffer to smooth the surface between the natural nail and the tip. A grit around 180 G is recommended. Be sure to buff thoroughly to ensure the natural nail and gel adhere well. It's best if the surface looks matte, with no shine. Prepare the cuticle nippers. Begin by trimming away any excess cuticle. Since this can be a delicate task, it's best not to cut too deep until you are comfortable with it. If you accidentally cut the skin and it bleeds, it increases the risk of infection. Take your time and cut slowly and carefully to avoid injuring the skin. We trim the cuticles to improve the appearance and to prevent them from getting in the way when applying gel. So, if you're not comfortable with using nippers, it's perfectly fine to skip this step. I use a coarse wood file to further sand the surface to prevent the gel from lifting. However, this process can be very damaging to the nails. If you plan to remove the gel with a remover or if you're using peel-off gel, please avoid this step. This sanding process is only suitable for the fill-in technique, where you leave the base gel intact and add gel to the grown-out area at the base. By not filing away the existing base, this method reduces strain on the nails and helps maintain the manicure for a longer period. Because the base gel is not fully removed, this technique is less damaging to the nails and is a popular maintenance method in Japan. Next, use a cotton pad with ethanol to wipe away any excess dust or oil on the nails. Wiping thoroughly in all areas will help prevent the gel from lifting. After wiping, be careful not to touch the nails. With the prep complete, I'll start applying the base gel. Since the brush was dirty, I'll clean it with a brush cleaner. You'll see any glitter or colored gel come off in the cleaner. Apply the base gel from the root, smoothing over any gaps from the fill-in process. If the gel overflows, use a cotton pad with ethanol to remove it. Always use ethanol, as skipping it can cause the gel to overflow again. Then, apply a no-wipe top coat. You can skip this step and just use the base gel if you like. I'm applying the top coat for extra thickness, as I often remove only the top art for filming purposes. No-wipe top coats generate intense curing heat, so cure it gradually by bringing it to the light in stages. To protect the base and make it easy to switch out only the art, I'll also apply a defender coat. A defender is a coat that's used when practicing gel nails or sculpting. Soak your nails in warm water, around 40 degrees Celsius, to easily remove your gel polish without damaging your nails. The wider you apply it, the faster you can remove your gel polish. Since I change my nail designs frequently for filming, I apply it liberally over a wide area. Let it dry thoroughly. Now, I'll start on the nail art by applying a nude skin color to the thumb, index, and ring fingers. This gives a natural skin tone rather than a clear look, which I recommend. Apply a second coat if you prefer. Prepare a translucent brown color for the pinky and index fingers, as I'll make them leopard print. For the index finger, apply the brown color as a French tip. To create the leopard print pattern, prepare clear gel and dark brown, and mix them on a palette. For a leopard pattern, draw spots in random sizes rather than uniform shapes. A soft, translucent look is cute for this design. My handy light ran out of batteries. Once the pinky is fully decorated, cure it under the light. Apply a milky white color to the middle finger and cure. Next, prepare a white clay gel. On the index finger, I'll create a 3D flower. Take enough clay gel to make 4 petals of about the same size. Then, shape the petals with a wood stick. Some types of clay gel may stick to the wood stick due to their texture. If that happens, use a silicone stick to shape the petals. It looks nice if you make the petal tips sharp. Once the shape is ready, cure it under the light. Next, use white gel to make a French tip on the thumb. After drawing it nicely, cure it under the light. This time, I'll create a gradient effect using an airbrush. I'll demonstrate a method using acetone and color gel. I have a large airbrush machine, but for beginners or self-nailers, a rechargeable model is affordable and easy to use. I'll put a product link in the description box. In the cup, mix acetone and color gel to create a sprayable color. When using an airbrush, always wear a mask and open a window for ventilation. Fold a kitchen paper towel to have it ready for testing the spray. Take a small amount of your chosen color gel and place it in the cup. Then add acetone and mix thoroughly. I used a spatula to mix it, but using a brush instead will avoid scratching the cup. Try a test spray on the kitchen paper to check the color. It turned out to be a lovely color. Adjust the color intensity or add more ink as desired. If you have a dust collector, I highly recommend using it. The dust collector will help prevent particles from floating around the room, as it absorbs the particles. Place the kitchen paper under your finger to catch any excess spray while applying the color. It's a good idea to test the spray on the paper first. Once you've sprayed to your desired opacity, you're done. A beautiful gradient effect was created easily. Let's also add a gradient to the center of the flower. I'll apply a gradient to the French tip on the thumb as well. Gradually deepen the color for a richer effect. If you make a mistake, simply use a cotton pad with ethanol to wipe it off easily. Once the gradient is nicely done, cure it under the light. A smooth, beautiful gradient was achieved effortlessly. This was my first time mixing acetone and color gel to use with an airbrush, but personally, I wouldn't highly recommend it. Acetone is a flammable solvent, and when sprayed as a fine mist, there's a risk of inhalation or skin contact. This method also increases the risk of developing allergies to gel nail products, so it's not recommended for those who have allergies. After some research, I found a safer acetone-free paint on Amazon. If you want to use an airbrush, I recommend these inks or acrylic paints that are acetone-free. While mixing acetone with color gel is inexpensive and convenient, please keep in mind the allergy risks involved. This method is safer in professional nail salons equipped with proper ventilation, but individual use requires extra caution. Since acetone is flammable, be cautious around heaters or open flames. After use, be sure to clean thoroughly with acetone. A cleaning pot like this is convenient for washing. Please enjoy your nail art safely by keeping these tips in mind. Next, I'll add patterns to the flower using dark brown. Draw random dots for a tropical flower look. Now let's add some art to the middle finger as well. I'm not sure what this style is called, but start by drawing lines, then fill them in for a nice effect. After finishing, cure it under the light. Prepare white art gel for the next step. Draw a sparkly design on the ring finger. For a balanced look, draw the top and bottom parts longer. If you find drawing difficult, I found some stickers on Shein that could work well for this design. Since I'll be using mirror powder on the thumb and ring finger, I'll coat them with a matte coat first. For the French line, I'll outline it with icing gel. This product is made in Japan and may not ship overseas, so I recommend a similar product. I also ordered it myself, and I'm looking forward to its arrival. Mix black colored gel with icing gel to enhance the gold mirror shine. This creates a rich, bold gold color. I'll outline the ring finger and do the same for the thumb. Take some mirror powder on a tip and rub it in. It's so beautiful. Brush off any excess powder with a brush. Finally, let's add some parts. Apply fixed gel where you want to place the parts. Place any parts you like on top. I'll add crystal stones, pearls, and gold bullion. I chose slightly larger parts for the thumb. I originally wanted to use a gold cross part, but it was out of stock. Finish with a coat of no-wipe top coat for protection. Parts in mirror powder areas can wear down easily in daily life. So, apply a thicker coat or double coat these areas for added durability. Be careful of the curing heat when applying a thick coat. Cure thoroughly for 60 seconds to complete the look. And that's it, your beautiful autumn brown nails are finished. How was it? Today, I introduced techniques like fill-in and airbrush in this tutorial. Your likes and comments truly encourage me to keep the channel going. Please consider subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment. See you in the next video.